Good, happy Wednesday afternoon, April 27, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Wednesday afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday afternoon, so let's get started right now. First up, man arrested in 1988 killing of 11-year-old girl from Salem, New Hampshire. Melissa Tremblay was stabbed to death. Investigators announced on Wednesday today the arrest of an Alabama man in connection with the fatal stabbing of an 11-year-old New Hampshire girl in 1988. Officials with the Essex County District's Attorney's Office announced the arrest of Marvin C. Skip McCalvin Jr., 74, of Berman, Alabama, on a fugitive from justice charge for an arrest warrant connected to the killing of Melissa Tremblay, 11, of Salem, New Hampshire. On September 12, 1988, Tremblay was found stabbed to death and left in the path of a train in Lawrence, Massachusetts. The sixth grader had been with her mother at a club, which is a block from the rail yard. Tremblay wandered out of the club and was never seen alive again. Tremblay was an only child and her mother has since died. In recent years, childhood friends of Tremblay ignited a social media push to bring new attention to the case. Officials said McCalvin, a retired Massachusetts Department of Corrections employee, is in custody of the Clemen County Sheriff's Office and will be arraigned in Alabama courtroom on Thursday. The evidence led us to him, Essex County District Attorney Jonathan Bulgett said. He had been a person of interest for a period of time. And we will keep you updated on this story as more information comes in to our newsroom. Two suspicious deaths under investigation in Gorham, New Hampshire. Police and the New Hampshire Attorney General's Office announced that law enforcement officials responded to the suspicious deaths of two people in Gorham on Wednesday morning. The Attorney General's Office, State Police, and Gorham Police are investigating. No other information was released. According to the Attorney General's Office, additional information will be released as it becomes available. Investigators call solving Concord couples killing top priority as anxiety grows in community. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
While other dealerships' lots are empty, New Car has the used cars, trucks, and SUVs you want. We're talking over 7.
Do we need to be worried on an everyday basis in our neighborhood? Are we safe?
Concord State Representative Chris Schultz says the lack of answers in the homicides of Steve and Wendy Reed is causing some anxiety amongst people living in the area. It was 1 week ago the couple was reported missing. The following day, they were found shot to death along the broken ground trails. Concord Police Chief Bradley Osgood says there are stepped-up patrols across the city as the investigation continues.
We are taking this extremely seriously. It's our number one priority.
The Concord Police have significant patrols in public recreation areas, following this incident, and there are again unseen law enforcement efforts that are ongoing that are not just investigative but that are public protection focused.
The Attorney General's office says it has no specific information that the public is in danger, but it continues to urge people to stay vigilant and be aware of their surroundings. Community leaders say many people are looking for more reassurance.
This has been a safe community, and I believe it will continue to be, but I'm eager to hear more.
Now, authorities say even the smallest bit of information is welcome in this case. They're asking anyone with tips to call the Concord Crime Line at 603-226-3100. You can also submit tips online, and the AG's office says when it has more information it can provide to the public, it will certainly do so. Reporting live in Concord, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. FBI joins investigation of shootings of Concord couple. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
While other dealerships' lots are empty, New Car has the used cars, trucks, and SUVs you want. We're talking over...
Do we need to be worried on an everyday basis in our neighborhood? Are we safe?
Concord State Representative Chris Schultz says a lack of answers is bringing anxiety to Concord residents.
What that says to many of us is we don't exactly know what happened and if the general public should be afraid.
We take public safety very seriously in Concord. We are dedicating resources to be more visible in the community, to make people feel safer.
Concord Police Chief Bradley Osgood says there's a visible Concord PD and law enforcement presence in that neighborhood. The Concord Police also patrolling public recreation areas. Now, the Attorney General's office confirming the FBI is helping in the investigation and calling it a top priority.
We've been able to provide the information we have, which is that we have no specific information that there's any danger to the public in general at this point in time. But be vigilant, and those families are going to have to make those decisions for themselves as to what's best for their family and what they're most comfortable with.
Now, community leaders are hoping for conversation. They say they're not completely reassured.
This has been a safe community, and I believe it will continue to be, but I'm eager to hear more.
And the AG's office says when it does have more information to provide to the public, it certainly will do so. In the meantime, if anyone has any information related to the case, they're asked to call the Concord Crime Line. That number is 603-226-3100. Reporting live, Grace Feinerman, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Russia releases U.S. Marine vet as part of prisoner exchange. Let's take a look at this video.
While other dealerships' lots are empty, New Car has the used cars, trucks, and SUVs you want.
This is former U.S. Marine Trevor Reed. CNN reports that since 2019, he had been held by the Russian government, serving a 9-year jail sentence for causing danger to the life and health of Russian police officers. But now he's back in the custody of U.S. officials after a prisoner swap with the Eastern European country. Reed is being traded for Konstantin Yaroshenko, a Russian citizen who was until today serving a 20-year prison sentence in the U.S. Yaroshenko has been in jail since 2011 after being convicted of drug smuggling. The Biden administration says this is the culmination of several months' worth of negotiations with the Russians, with Biden saying about the release, quote, Trevor, a former U.S. Marine, is free from Russian detention. I heard in the voices of Trevor's parents how much they've worried about his health and missing his presence, and I was delighted to be able to share with them the good news about Trevor's freedom. This was Reed right before the exchange, recounting the day he was taken into Russian custody. His family is happy to have him back as well, as his exposure to tuberculosis in Russian jail, as well as ongoing COVID-19 health issues were a concern for them. CNN reports there are still 2 Americans serving prison sentences and are still detained in Russia.
Okay, and there you go on that video. New Hampshire Senate committee approves narrow vision of House anti-vaccine mandate bill. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Are you looking for a rewarding career with purpose? Join our dynamic team that's dedicated to making a difference. Bring your talent to Riverbend Community Mental Health. Specialized behavioral health by providers who truly care.
Today in Concord, a Senate committee signed off on a slimmed-down version of a controversial anti-vaccine mandate bill. House Bill 1604, as approved by the House, would have allowed employees at the state hospital and county nursing homes to opt out of vaccine mandates, which opponents say could have put hundreds of millions of dollars in federal Medicaid funding at risk. The amended bill approved by the Senate Finance Committee today strips out the right of conscience included in the bill and beefs up the religious exemption. With the changes, the House will have to vote on the bill again, but officials say it would no longer result in the defunding of state medical facilities.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Goodbye, everyone.